Hello, Buck fans, and welcome to the Buc Barrage for August 3rd, 2012. Okay, Buck fans. First things first, I did want to get into some news headlines here. This is straight from NFL.com. It came out about a week ago on the 27th of July. The headline reads, Bucs trade defensive tackle Price to Bears, cut Briscoe. So Brian Price, one of our starting defensive tackles, now a Chicago Bear. And I can't help but say this is because he punched first-round pick Mark Barron, and also with some other issues he's had, past injury issues he's had, and who knows what else it could have been. Briscoe, it's kind of iffy what could have happened. There was some talk about him being involved in some kind of reality show, but who knows. Briscoe's not a starter, so I'm not too worried about that, as well as we do have Mike Williams, Aurelius Ben, and now Vincent Jackson part of the team. So, but let's go ahead and go back to Brian Price here. Brian Price, in my opinion, was just as good of a defensive tackle, if not better, than Gerald McCoy. You disagree with that? I think, despite the injuries both men had, I think Brian Price was a little more productive than Gerald McCoy, and it kind of sucks to see him go. I know he was going through a lot. He did have a lot of losses in his family, understandable, but you don't punch a teammate, especially the first round pick teammate as well. But I guess because of all the injuries he's had in the past and now issues he's having now, Greg Schiano just figured it'd be better to send him back into Chicago Bears. And we've had trades with the Chicago Bears in the past for defensive players that didn't work out, like Gaines Adams, rest in peace. And so hopefully the trade is productive. Hopefully we are a better football team now because of it. And hopefully Gerald McCoy can come out of his shell and be the defensive player we were hoping he was going to be coming out of the draft. So but going on from there, let me know in the comments section below, what do you think about that? Do you like the fact that they traded Price? Do you think it was fair? Would you have done it if you were Greg Schiano? I know this is all about him having his Buccaneer men, quote unquote, so we'll have to see how that goes. Moving on to some other news that came out just on the 28th of July. Nothing really recent, so going back here a week ago, injury to Aurelius Ben with a sprained ACL. Expected to miss 4 weeks. I'm not sure if that's 4 weeks from the start of the season or 4 weeks now. I'm assuming that's 4 weeks from the start of the first game in September against the Carolina Panthers. I'm not too worried about it. I think he's a solid receiver. I think he'll make a good number 3 receiver for our team behind Mike Williams and Vincent Jackson. And hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. I know we got, now we cut Briscoe. I would think Briscoe would have took his place as the third slot guy, but I'm sure we'll come up with something in the meantime. But another thing I wanted to go ahead and talk about, Buck fans, is the 2012 draft and how that went. Most of you probably watched it. We did start off by picking up Mark Barron, safety, in the first round, 7th overall pick. Then we did get Doug Martin, which was a surprise for me. I didn't think we were going to trade back into the first round, but we did, and picked up Doug Martin, running back, 31st pick overall. And made another good move, in my opinion, jumping back into the second round after we made some trades and picking up Levante David, outside linebacker. The rest of the picks, I'm sure it's not going to hurt, but those first 3 there, 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick, I think they did make some good progress there. I'm a fan of Mark Barron. I did not think they were actually, in my last mock draft I had them taking Mark Barron, but in the first about 2 or 3 I had them either taking Trent Richardson or Morris Claiborne. So I went with Mark Barron in my last mock draft, and it ended up happening. And I had them taking a running back in the second round, and they ended up jumping up in the first round to get Doug Martin. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there hoping for Trent Richardson. I'm a big Trent Richardson fan, but hey, we need defense right now. And Mark Barron is going to make a great foundation for that defense, as well as Levante David, and hopefully some future draft picks we get as well. Defense just really gave up last year. Some of the worst Buccaneer defense I've seen in years. But I don't think it was so much just lack of skill. I think it was lack of effort. I think they gave up on Raheem Morris, and a lot of it was just who cares? That was the attitude I felt going on in that Buccaneer defense and on the offense, but more so on that defense. So hopefully a lot of people are saying, wow, they're still going to end up with around the same record because that defense was so horrible. But you know what? With a new foundation with Greg Schiano and company, they have adding Mark Barron, adding Levante David, and also adding the quarterback Eric Wright. I think that's definitely going to help out. And it's should strengthen the defense and hopefully result in some better defensive play, which I think it will. Going on to the next topic I wanted to talk about as well is the first game of the season for 2012-2013 season against the Carolina Panthers. Starts on September 9th. I'm excited. I'm sure all the Buccaneer fans out there are excited. I really want to open up with a win on this one. I can't tell you how much I want to open up with a win against these Panthers. Not a big Panther fan. I think Cam Newton's a great football player, but just not a fan of the Panthers at all. And we want to turn some heads and prove a lot of the critics wrong. I think the Buccaneers need to go out there and get a strong win against these Panthers and show them what we're about. It's a new season. Started productive last year and then just went down a downward spiral that they were never able to recover from. This year I think it's going to be different. I predict some good things, but really want to open up with a win against these Carolina Panthers. And it will be tough. I think the Panthers' weakness right now is their secondary. I think the Buccaneers can get some good things going with Vincent Jackson down the field. Even Mike Williams, he probably won't be double covered anymore. So I think they can open up some stuff downfield to really blow out the Panthers in the passing attack. Going into predictions, what do you think the Buccaneers' record is going to be this year? I like to be very optimistic, but also realistic as well. So I won't give a for sure down to the line record. I would say they will end up between 8-8 and 9-7, which is a big improvement from 4-12 this past season. Let me know what you think the Buccaneers' final record will be. Will they make the playoffs? Will they be a wild card, or do you think they'll win the division with the Saints having the problems they're having, and the Falcons, kind of flip-flopping every year? You never know what they're going to do. I think the Panthers and the Bucs are the teams to watch in the NFC South this year. I think they're making the biggest climb, and I think the Saints and the Falcons will do what they have to do to try to hold on, but I think the tides are turning, and I think the power teams in the NFC South are now going to be the Bucs and the Panthers. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Make a video response if you like. Also subscribe if you want to see more updates on news, rumors, and talk for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/the Buc Barrage. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Hey guys, just want to take a minute to let you know that the Buc Barrage is brought to you by Six-Pack Shortcuts. Take a look at the link in the description below for the best way to get six-pack abs.